Okay, so I wanted to do this one. I was just listening to Juana Savin on David Rodriguez. I caught it live again. Like 2 times now, I've caught it live. And anyways, he was talking about some stuff that I wanted to talk about. Because, for anybody who thinks like this stuff just sounds so crazy, this can't even be true, how would all these people, know each other? How would they be able to work together? Like, somebody in mainstream media and some, university professor and some doctor in Orlando. Like, what is the connection? How do they have any connection? Well, it's in the universities and stuff where they go into becoming these like Freemasons, Skull and Bones, all the secret organizations. And, it's what Kennedy was trying to expose about, and Reagan talked about it. And that's why they didn't like them, because they were feeling exposed by these people. And that's why they tried to kill one. They did kill one. But the guy who we had last year, who was so great because he was doing the same thing, trying to expose these people. And he talked about them all the time. But so they go into these, secret organizations. They prove themselves to have no integrity, to do whatever it takes to succeed, get ahead, cover their friend's ass, whatever, They just show themselves to be of low moral fiber, really. And so then they get accepted into the club. Even George Carlin talked about the club. And so they get accepted into the club. Well, once you get accepted into the club, then it is like the good old boys. Then when they, after they do that, then they get sent to a place called the farm. And at the farm, they're trained like militant soldiers, I guess, because they are trained to take us down from the inside, to be the disease that takes us apart. So then, they're called corn as they're being trained. And then when they're fully trained and ready to go, they're harvested corn. Because everything is talked in code, they probably put it right in movies right in front of us, and we just like, oh, harvested corn. Oh, that's funny, because we're all just so oblivious trying to survive in their fucking fucked up planet. I don't want to say fucked up planet because it's not. It's their bullshit. I don't mean it like that. So I don't mean the planet. The planet's breaking free from them too. So, anyways, they once they go through their training and they've proved themselves to have no moral fiber, then they get handed powerful positions. And in the powerful positions, they become a part of a web of connection, because they really are all connected. They're connected through marriages. They're connected through, some of them are siblings, and they change their names. Like, some of these people are cousins. Like, there's a lot of talk that Ellen Zuckerberg and Tom Hanks are all from the same family. Like, they're all cousins. I don't know. I haven't gone through all these different people's family trees. All I know is that everything is about deception to them and control. And, just like I said, even in the stuff that they want to show us, like in movies, they put people that aren't the right ages. Like, they're constantly trying to confuse us. And this whole gender identity swapping thing, it's just confusion. Keep us on confused all the time. So then once these people are handed these positions of power, they get like a whole backstory. They get a whole, and the person who is putting their backstory out there is part of the club, because they're all part of the same little creepy good old boys club that is there just to cover themselves, just to build each other up. And they don't give a crap. Oh my gosh, I don't understand. And she just hear me talking, and suddenly she just has I don't understand this crying all the time. It's not all the time though, because she'll sit outside, be perfectly fine. It's just, if she comes by me, then she just keeps crying at me. She's trying to tell me something. I just can't figure out what it is. And anyways, so, I mean, I can pick up on the psychic thing, of like the telepathy. She's unhappy. But I keep trying different things, and there's a communication gap, that's for sure. She can't direct me exactly what's bothering her. So, anyways, the these people then are given things like Facebook and Twitter and stuff like that, and they are part of this system to take us down from the inside, to control and manipulate us. And then what they get is power and money and whatever they want to use their money to buy. So maybe it's, pervy stuff, maybe it's, whatever. When you're feeding this beast, it is you can never fill it up. You never will feel satisfied. You'll never feel complete. You'll always feel empty. It will feel like there's never enough, never enough. And that's why these people can go off in the most craziest, perverted, weird stuff, where it's just like, oh my God, that's enjoyable to you? Like, what? And because they're just constantly looking for something, to feel something. And you know what I was thinking is, it's kind of like they train the soul right out of them. Like, they barely were grasping their soul. They didn't have any moral fiber. They wouldn't have even gotten, accepted. But then they just take the last bit of humanity out of them and just leave this empty shell. Like, no wonder, when you look at Zuckerberg, everybody was like, what is that guy? Is he a robot? Is he a clone? Because there's no life in his eyes. He's just a controlled being. They want to turn us all into the controlled beings. These people will just go into it, just like, yeah, I'll take money. I'll take crazy sex, whatever, they desire, that they think that they can get from this. And they'll, sell their soul to get it. And it's weird, You're never going to feel satisfied. You always have to get more and more sick, more and more depraved. And nothing will ever fill that cup. The only thing that fills that cup is, love. That's what fills it up. And when, you can't love yourself, love somebody else. When you can't love somebody else, I don't know. I just feel like that is our goal. That is what we need to be looking at, is love will conquer all. Another thing he said was, if this all stopped too early, just think of all the people who wouldn't have got that growth, that awakening. So as this is going, as long as it keeps going, and as frustrating as it is, to just keep that in mind all the time, like, this is helping people in their soul grow and wake up. And, that's a beautiful thing. We know for sure that we win. I mean, that's just light. The dark can't stay dark when there's light, because then there's light. And the light is being shown. That's the awakening. That's the awareness. It shines the light on the truth. So then the light is overtaking. The light is winning. The light is beating the dark. We already know that that's how it will play out, because that's the new age. The age of Aquarius is in a time of war. We're already transitioning into it. So this is letting all of that go. So it is happening no matter what, and it is important to choose your lane, to pick a side, because this is a historic event in humanity's existence. And you would want to be remembered in your family, in your legacy of where you stood at this time. What were you standing for? Who did you stand behind? And, we all just need to stand behind the truth and stand behind each other. They can't beat us when we're together. They can't beat us when we're united. And, that whole thing is just claiming your sovereignty in your own soul. Don't buy into their programming. Don't buy into their bullshit. And, all of their wars they're trying to get us in, and all of the division they're trying to create. Know in your heart, this is all their false narrative. This is all their crazy bullshit. And that, choose your lane to truth. Choose your lane, the one that's lit up with flags the whole way down. for freedom, for humanity. So, yeah. But this is really a great time, and I mean, I see David's pain. I just know he has a lot riding on this. And he's very. I mean, he went through quite an awakening. I mean, he almost died, and he's had to change his whole entire life. But there's a lot of stuff, and I'm sure he's going to have great relief once he sees the truth. But he's putting himself through a lot of stuff because he's holding on so tight. Like, he thinks, like, what if this doesn't work? Are we going to be, where we communists now and stuff? But we know the cosmic truth, and the cosmic truth is this is the changing of the ages. So we know we won't be living in the jails they spent all those, their jail farms that they wanted to put us in their farms they wanted to grow our body parts or whatever sicko weird stuff they're doing. So yeah, we just get to see, it's like someone showing us the book. Hey, this was the plan. This is what it's like. Somebody I just saw this on Mr. Ball, and it was actually a cop, and he had left a relationship, and he decided he was going to go on Tinder, and he'd been talking to this girl, and he finally says, okay, I'm going to go do it. And he goes and meets her and stuff, and the whole thing was a setup, and it's this big drama. And so when the cops all come and they look in the back of this van, that it's just full of weapons and torture things and all this horrible stuff. And that is to know, like, oh, I was just that close. And that is what is happening. He keeps having stories like that I keep having this takeaway of the people all of a sudden realizing how close they really were. And that is, I mean, we're being shown the back of the van full of the weapons, full of what they wanted to do to us. They've got diagrams. I mean, they didn't hide it. It was hidden in plain sight. It was right in front of us. We were just busy trying to survive in their created illusion hamster trap world. And but it's all written out. We can see exactly what their plans were. But I just feel, I feel fortunate to know, like, we're just seeing what their plans were. We're not going to go through that because we're going into the golden age, and that's going to be great. It's going to be full of abundance, but you have to do healing to get there, to have a real appreciation, to really not be willing to sell your soul, to go out and have money and power and stuff like that, to really realize, like, there's no point to that. I mean, why do you have to have power over someone else? Why do you need to have more than someone else? We don't need to. That's just their whole system. They've bought into it, but we don't have to. So anyways, I just wanted to, throw that out there. Because who knows, this could just keep going on. He said that the whole thing about August and them saying that he's going to be back in office is because there's going to be a show on that exposes all the truth. But they would keep repressing information. So it's on divine timing. It's not on any of our timing. And, just like having to come into, acceptance with time, to work, to understand time has its own plan, its own thing it's got to do, and it's trying to, get everybody in there. So, they're trying to wake as many people up and give as many people opportunity for growth and stuff. So, it makes sense. And it is hard, but it's only hard if you sit and watch it and really put, like, a lot of energy towards it. If you, hold on to it and, what's happening? Because, I can get caught up in it too. I'll get in the thing where I'm just like, what's going on? And, but, stuff is going on. One thing that he said that, stuff is going on all the time. It's just, it feels like it's moving painfully slow, but he said that we keep going forward. We keep going forward. So, you know, just hold the faith and stay strong in your sovereignty. Don't play their games. You know, be true to yourself. Be true to others. The more the more you unite with everyone around you, the more we're winning. So, anyways, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Bye.